The quiet of the night is broken, not by a sound from outside, but a signal from within, a cycle of disruption that steals your rest and your peace, leaving you feeling powerless to your own body's rhythm. Many will try the foods, but few will understand the harmony required to truly find stillness. The final principle is not about a food at all, but about uniting the body and mind. To miss this is to treat a branch while ignoring the root. Earthly anchor, we must begin with a question of stability. What is a house without a firm foundation? It is vulnerable to the wind, to the rain, to the slightest disturbance from the outside. Our body is our first house, the primary vessel for our awareness in this world. When its internal rhythms are disturbed, such as the constant waking in the night, it is a sign that the foundation has become unsettled. It is a sign that the body has lost its sense of being grounded, of being securely anchored to the earth. The modern world encourages this disconnection. We live in our minds, in screens, in schedules that pull us away from the natural cycles of day and night. Our energy rises upward into our heads, leaving the lower part of our body weak, ungrounded, and unable to perform its natural function of holding and retaining. The challenge of Nocturia is not simply a matter of fluid, it is a matter of energy, of where our life force is concentrated. To correct this, we do not begin with a complex formula, but with a return to the most fundamental principle, grounding. We must re-establish our connection to the earth. There is a food that teaches this lesson with its very existence. It is not exotic or rare. It is humble, grown in or on the ground, absorbing the stability and nourishment of the soil. This is the family of winter squashes and pumpkins. Think of their nature. They are heavy, dense, and they rest upon the earth as they grow. They are not light and airy, reaching for the sky. They are solid, patient, and deeply rooted in their character. When we consume them, we are not just taking in vitamins or minerals. We are inviting this quality of groundedness into our own physical structure. Their gentle sweetness is calming, not stimulating. Their composition, rich in potassium and fiber, helps the body to manage fluids not by aggressive expulsion, but by creating a more balanced and stable internal environment. This food encourages the body to slow down, to hold, to be still. It is the physical opposite of the frantic, upward-pulling energy that contributes to the nighttime disturbance. The preparation and consumption must be a mindful practice. This is not a medicine to be swallowed quickly. To receive its true benefit, we must engage with it. When you cook it, perhaps by roasting or steaming, observe its transformation. See how it softens, how its color deepens. This is a slow, gentle process. It is the kind of process we want to encourage within our own bodies. Before you eat, take a moment. Look at the food. Acknowledge its journey from the soil to your bowl. Understand that you are about to invite its earthy, anchoring energy into your system. Eat slowly. Feel its warmth and substance spreading through you. Imagine that energy descending, moving from your worried mind down into your core, into your legs, anchoring you to the ground beneath you. This act of intentional eating transforms the food from mere sustenance into a powerful tool for rebalancing. You are providing your body not just with a material, but with a message. Be still, be grounded, be secure. This practice extends beyond the meal. Throughout your day, especially in the evening, cultivate a sense of groundedness. Stand with your bare feet on the ground if you are able. Feel the solidness of the earth beneath you. When you sit, feel the support of the chair. Allow your body to feel heavy, to relax its weight downward. The constant waking is a form of internal restlessness. We counter it by cultivating external and internal stillness. The pumpkin or squash is our ally in this practice, a teacher in the form of food. It is the first and most critical step because without a stable foundation, any other efforts are like trying to hang curtains in a house that is shaking. First, we must still the house. We must find our anchor in the earth, and in doing so, we teach our body that the night is a time for stillness, for holding, for deep and uninterrupted rest. This is the first harmony we must find. Inner warmth. Once the foundation is stable, we must address the inner environment. A house can be stable, but if it is cold and damp inside, it is not a comfortable or healthy place to live. Mold can grow, wood can rot, and a feeling of chill pervades everything. The same is true for our inner vessel, our body. In many traditions of health, the body is understood to require a certain level of inner warmth, an internal fire, to function correctly. This is not the heat of a fever, but a gentle, consistent, metabolic warmth that powers all of our bodily processes, including the transformation and regulation of fluids. When this inner fire becomes weak, the body becomes internally cold. In this state, it cannot effectively manage fluids. Instead of transforming and using them skillfully, it seeks to expel them. The signal to urinate becomes frequent and urgent because the system lacks the energetic warmth needed to properly process and hold. This is a primary contributor to the nighttime cycle of disruption. To rekindle this gentle inner fire, we must introduce a corresponding warmth into our system. We are not looking for something harsh or aggressive, but a catalyst that is both potent and wise. The perfect embodiment of this principle is found in a simple rhizome. Ginger, consider its nature. It grows beneath the earth in the dark, absorbing, grounding energy. Yet, when you taste it, it has a pungent, spicy heat. It contains both earth and fire. It is this unique balance that makes it so valuable. It does not create a scattered, nervous energy that would disturb sleep. Instead, it creates a deep, penetrating warmth that starts in the core, in the digestive system, and spreads throughout the body. This warmth helps to invigorate the very systems responsible for fluid metabolism. It is like placing a warm, glowing ember in the center of a cold room. Slowly, gently, the chill begins to retreat. The practice of using this food is a ritual of introducing warmth. One of the most effective ways is to prepare a simple, fresh ginger tea in the late afternoon or early evening. Take a small piece of the fresh root, slice it thinly, and let it steep in hot but not boiling water. The act of slicing it, of smelling its sharp and earthy aroma, is part of the process. You are preparing your mind for the intention you are setting. As you drink the tea, do not rush it. Feel the warmth as it enters your mouth, as it travels down into your stomach. Visualize that warmth spreading like gentle ripples in a pond, moving through your abdomen into your lower back, dispelling any sense of coldness or stagnation. You are consciously telling your body to awaken its own inner warmth, to improve its own power of transformation. This is not a command, but a gentle invitation. This principle of inner warmth must also be applied to our broader life. We can create coldness in the body through our habits and emotions. Consuming large amounts of cold or raw foods, especially in the evening, can dampen the digestive fire. Living in a state of fear or anxiety is also energetically cold. It causes the body to contract and stagnate. By cultivating a sense of safety, peace, and emotional warmth, we support the physical work we are doing. The ginger tea becomes a physical anchor for this emotional and mental state. It is a reminder that we have the power to bring warmth and vitality back to our center. When the body is properly anchored to the earth and its core is gently warmed, the system becomes far more intelligent and efficient. It no longer sees fluids as a problem to be expelled, but as a resource to be managed with skill and balance. The foundation is stable, the inner room is warm, and the house is becoming a place of true comfort and rest. Quiet mind, we have anchored the foundation and warmed the inner chamber. Now we must address the watcher in the tower, the one who is truly in charge of the house, the mind. A body can be perfectly prepared for rest, stable, warm, and nourished. But if the mind is a turbulent storm, sleep will not come, or it will be shallow and easily broken. The slightest physical signal will be amplified into an urgent command. This is the final and most crucial piece of the puzzle. The restless mind creates a restless body. The cycle of thinking, worrying, planning, and remembering keeps the nervous system in a state of high alert, a state of fight or flight. In this state, the body cannot surrender to the deep restorative functions of sleep. The systems that regulate our inner rhythms, including the rhythm of urination, become dysregulated. It is the mind's turmoil that is the true source of the body's disruption. To bring peace to the body, we must first offer nourishment and stillness to the mind. There is a food that has long been seen as a symbol for this very process. The walnut, look at its form. It is a perfect image of a small brain protected by a hard shell. This is not a coincidence. It is nature showing us a principle. The walnut is a powerhouse of nutrients that the nervous system requires to function in a calm and balanced way. It is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and other compounds that directly support brain health and help to soothe an overactive nervous system. It provides a slow, steady release of energy, preventing the blood sugar spikes and crashes that can contribute to nighttime waking. Consuming a small handful of walnuts in the evening is not just a snack, it is a conscious act of feeding the very organ that needs to be quieted. It is a gesture of care for the restless mind. The practice is one of ritual and release. An hour or so before you intend to sleep, take a few walnuts. Do not eat them from a large bag while distracted. Place them in a small bowl, hold one in your hand, observe its intricate shape, crack the shell if you have them whole, and listen to the sound. This small act focuses your attention. As you eat each piece, chew slowly. The intention is not just to ingest them, but to offer them as a gift of peace to your mind. As you do this, you can begin a practice of mental release. Visualize the worries and thoughts of the day, acknowledge them without judgment. Then, with each slow, calming breath, imagine yourself placing those worries outside of your mind, just as the walnut was protected by its shell. You are creating a boundary between your resting self and the day's turbulence. This food is the anchor for the most important practice of all, the cultivation of a quiet mind as you approach sleep. After your small meal of walnuts, do not engage with stimulating screens or stressful conversations. Sit in quiet reflection, listen to calming sounds, read something peaceful. The goal is to guide the mind from its state of active engagement to a state of gentle surrender. The walnut is the first step, the physical offering of peace. The mental practice is the second step, the active choice to let go. When the mind learns this new rhythm, this new habit of quieting itself before sleep, it sends a powerful signal of safety and stillness to the entire body. The nervous system relaxes, the hormonal cycles rebalance. The body, now anchored, warm, and guided by a quiet mind, can finally remember its natural wisdom. It remembers that the night is for deep, unbroken, restorative sleep. The path to a peaceful night is a journey of restoring harmony. It is not about fighting a symptom, but about rebuilding a relationship with your own body and mind. It begins with the earthly anchor, creating stability from the ground up. It continues by kindling the inner warmth, ensuring your system has the vitality to function with skill, and it culminates in the quiet mind, the ultimate source of all bodily peace. These three principles, when practiced with intention, do not just address a single issue, they restore a fundamental balance that brings health and stillness to your entire being. Which cycle of disruption, the physical or the mental, spoke most to your own experience with restless nights?